Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Sports Cult Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. As always, this is your boy Larry B, joined by my beautiful wife, the lovely Cecilia.
Hey everyone.
How's it going out there, everybody in IE Sports Radio land? I just gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, freedom has arrived!
Yes, it feels so good.
The 2022/2023, sorry, well, see, that's what happens to teachers' minds, by the way, by the end of the school year. That calendar year has concluded in our school district.
My first year down.
We're so happy! Ring the bell! It's over! I'm just saying, I'm getting funny looks over here, but look, guys, it's just saying, it's a long year. We love our students, but my goodness, is it going to be nice to have a nice little summer?
Yeah.
Well, technically, Cecilia's doing summer school this year.
Yeah, I'm still working, but it's okay.
Yeah, I got school and testing, wonderful. So, it's gonna be a summer that's nice and relaxing, but the same as that time, and we're still gonna be kind of working a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay.
But it's all important stuff.
It is. And summer school is way more laid back.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't look like it's going to be all work in the classroom. It feels like it's going to be, like, more outdoorsy.
Yeah, we get to enjoy ourselves and everybody. So, yeah, the freedom bell has rung once again. Thank you, Lord. Terrence says here, freedom for you, too, in the chat room. We appreciate you, brother. Oh, yeah, we are ready to roll. My goodness, we're so happy. And, well, here we are, doing our thing. Oh, my goodness. Well, tonight we got so much to get into. Hawaiian coffee, what? Manifest is over, what? Women's College World Series, what? And Cecilia found us a way to promote the station in a way that I never thought could be possible. You are now tuned in live to the Sports Cult Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Alrighty, y'all. It's about that time. Showtime has arrived. We thank you all so very much for tuning in tonight. It is a wonderful day today as we are celebrating our freedom from work.
Yep. It's weird but nice to not have to go to work today.
Well, I still had to go on this morning.
Well, you still had to go, but not I.
Yeah.
So it was nice for me.
She got to sleep in.
Yeah, I slept until 10.
She was so happy.
It was nice.
I got up. I had to do, check out. Teacher checkout day.
Do what a teacher actually does.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But whatever, we're moving on. Had to go rip off everything from the walls this morning and do all that, turn in my Chromebooks, turn in all the fun stuff, my attendance, doing that, doing all the fun stuff, checking in the medical kit and the emergency bag and all that fun stuff. And I'll tell you, it's awesome. That was a great school year and so many amazing students, and just wasn't it a great year? Yeah,
it was good. I had fun.
Right. And
what?
And I'm probably going to embarrass you right now, and I'm sorry. But ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, my gorgeous wife, the beautiful Cecilia, will end the year with a bang as she is May's Employee of the Month. She ended with the Employee of the Month, you guys, in her first year as a para.
Yeah, it was nice. I've never gotten that in my life, other than being like Student of the Month in school, but getting that at work was amazing. Especially since, like I've said already, I never experienced that. And even in my minimum wage jobs, I've always given it my all. I would hardly call off work, never, call off or whatever. So to be able to get it in a place where obviously it's my career now and it's always been my goal to end up in a school district. And now that I have accomplished it, and obviously with Larry's help too, he helped me get into the district because he knows people and whatnot, and so that helped. But to be able to get just recognized like individually is awesome. And I thank my school for that, and just noticing how hard I work every day, and I give it my all.
I just had to do it one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that, right? I love you. You're amazing, and you earned this. She earned this.
Thank you.
Telling you, she's amazing. And just how wonderful for her job to see that. I loved working at the school that she works at now, with the adult school. It's amazing with the special ed kids. I love it. It was such a wonderful experience, right?
Yeah.
Working with these awesome kids and these awesome people, and just for them to recognize you like that, it's so heartwarming, you know?
Yeah, everybody's great. The students, the staff. It's definitely a different setting from what I'm used to, and it's great. And I like how they don't only like point us out individually, but they, acknowledge us all as a group as well, which I greatly appreciate that as well, because we work together all as a team. So, dream work makes a team work. So that's what I truly believe in, and we all do. We all bring something to the table and make it work.
That's for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, baby. That's how we do it. We just get so excited in here, and we look, celebration is wonderful, right? We all need to celebrate. That's why every now and then we just gotta say,
oh my gosh, stop it.
What? What?
Nothing.
You don't like it?
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
That is going to be my new favorite sound effect, by the way.
We already know you've used it like 1,000 times already.
No, I have not.
I'm just kidding. Stop.
I'll tell you, this is going to be awesome. So, yeah, Terrence says, team makes the dream work. Yep. Put them ahead of you. And that's how it goes. I heard the great Ray Lewis say that one time, that, you have to have the best leaders. The best leaders can have the ability to lead from the back. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. You put everyone in front of you, and look at you. You're being recognized.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Feels good. Especially to end the year that way.
Right? Cecilia heard her name called for Employee of the Month, and she was like...
No. I was like, oh my gosh. And then, of course, I'm a big baby, y'all, if you haven't noticed that. But, oh my gosh. I cry for everything. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm so mad. And I cry when I'm sad, of course. And cry all around, man. But it was obviously different. It was happy tears, obviously. Like I said before, I've never gotten that kind of praise before. So that was just nice.
I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you. See, she did it. She did it, guys. I'm so happy. One more time, now. Can we get the applause? Cecilia did it. Hey, look. We can do that. This is our show. We can celebrate all we want to here. So I'm happy. I am happy. But yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. Sorry, I'm happy. Still half asleep. So is Cecilia.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
I took a little nap before the show, so sorry if my voice sounds a little groggy.
It's okay. She slept in, and it's a good thing. I'm so happy. I had the honor of going and getting her breakfast earlier. Breakfast in bed, and just gotta take care of my wife, my queen over here. She's amazing, and yeah, just so cool. We had a great steak dinner last night with some colleagues of ours, to celebrate. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
At the Texas
celebrate the end of the year.
Right? Big shout out to them, by the way. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Such cool people.
I love the people I work with.
Hopefully they're listening.
Awesome.
Right. They're such cool people. Big shout out to everybody, of course. Leslie, Brandon, Rosie, and Mr. Carlos, and what was the young man's name? The younger one?
Jazeer.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's
cool
cool
the
too.
other two cats that joined us too. I didn't even get their names, but everybody's nice people.
Yeah,
nice people. So yeah, what? Oh, Taryn likes the new sound effects.
Oh,
you know what I gotta say for that?
No.
I'm going to do that like every 5 seconds.
No.
Yeah.
You're going to annoy people.
Cecilia is removing the sound effect as we speak from the... No, don't you touch that. she's... What? Shh. It's amazing. I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, that is gonna be my favorite. I'm sorry. Anyway, so tonight, now that we got that, this awesomeness, it's time to bring on the coffee. We're gonna be talking about a delicious coffee tonight, known as Hawaiian Hazelnut coffee. Okay, this place over here. There's a place. Taryn loves the sound effect, y'all. Yeah! That's what. I'm sorry.
That was Larry.
That was actually me, but I'm happy, you guys. I love that sound effect. I'm gonna use that. Like, people are gonna start like not listening to this show. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, so I was looking it up earlier. Really cool. Hawaiian coffee, from what I understand, is, and this is really cool, looking it up on Google and everything, is really trying to get the best I can out of it. It's a medium roast, from what I understand, and it actually, interestingly enough, you guys, is supposed to possess the taste of coconut. I looked it up. I was really trying to like get to the bottom of Hawaiian coffee, and apparently that's the thing. It's supposed to, like, on Google, it says, why is it so good? Well, it helps keep your cholesterol down. It's pretty cool. And your blood levels.
I need to drink it more often then.
Pretty cool, right? Yeah, right? Packed with magnesium and omega-9 fatty acids. Really cool. But I really, really liked the fact that I was like, it's trying to... Oh, I'm sorry, it's coconut. It says here that it's smooth and delicious, and it has an amazing aroma, and it does. By the way, this is a coffee that we've already tasted. Cecilia and I bought this, like, oh my gosh, about how many months ago? A couple months ago?
I feel like 2 or 3 months ago.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, there's a place called Rise to Grind that I keep on getting the name wrong for some reason. I've been calling it It's a Grind and Grindhouse. And there's actually other coffees that are named that around here. But this place is called Rise to Grind.
Yes.
And it's a delicious place. There's this delicious, amazing frozen blended... We might go get it tonight. I don't know. Frozen, like, blended, like, mint chip, delicious, like, frap thing that I love to get from there. They have Chunky Monkey, which is, like, bananas and fudge and stuff in there. It's really good. Cecilia's got a couple of them already from there. It's hilarious when she talks about their hot... Like, okay, so talk to everybody about the hot coffees.
What?
What you told me one time. So Cecilia and the hot coffee it's a different thing. She says that hot coffees from places are just hit or miss.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
I mean, it all depends on how the coffee makers make them, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know what to call them because, well, obviously baristas. But, I don't know. I just feel like the hot coffees, it's either they don't, whatever they use in their coffee shops, they either use, I'm blanking, syrups or powder. And it seems like they never put enough of, like, those flavors in there. And to me, it just tastes like coffee. So, like, for me, Starbucks, they use syrups instead of powder. So I feel like their frappuccinos or, like, even sometimes their ice drinks taste a whole lot better than their hot coffees. And I think it's just because maybe with the hot coffees, they want you to taste more of that coffee flavor and get more of, like, that stronger feeling of the acidity of the coffee to make you, awake and whatnot. And then I think have I tried any hot coffees from Rise to Grind yet, or no? I
think you have, and this is why I brought that up. I think the first time you tried a hot coffee, and okay, so Cecilia has this go-to phrase that she loves to say. Usually when she tries something new, she doesn't really like it that much. She has 2 words. She says, "It's okay."
And what I mean by that more like is just it's not too bad, but it's not as good, I guess. It's like right in the middle, so it's okay.
It's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's okay.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, sometimes like I might get it again, like give them a second chance, or there might be where I'm like, okay, yeah, no, like I've tried it, I'm good.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have our coffee here. Before I start taking sips of it, because I have this tendency of pouring things way too high.
Oh, yes.
It's my thing. I know. It's horrible. I'm sorry. And, well, we're going to take our first sip here, that is, and we're going to talk a little bit about this coffee. So here we go. Rise to Grind, Hawaiian Hazelnut. I got to say, you can get Hawaiian Hazelnut in other forms. I don't think you can order from It's to Grind or from Rise to Grind. There I go. Yeah, I'm calling it the wrong name. But I looked at the website earlier. I don't think you can actually order it for somebody who like Joel and Kelsey who live up in New Jersey, or even Taryn who doesn't live too far from here at all in Newport Beach. I don't think he can actually order it. But there's other Hawaiian Hazelnut.
I feel like you could.
Well, maybe. I don't know if they ship it out or anything. But there is other Hawaiian Hazelnut coffees out there.
Different brands and everything.
In a store near you somewhere, or a coffee house near you. I'm sure Starbucks has their own brand and everything too. But all right, let's take our first initial sip, I guess you can say, of this Hawaiian Hazelnut coffee. So, cheers.
On the show.
On the show. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's good. It's... Just let it take you. Just let it take you away. I'm getting the weirdest face right now from Cecilia, by the way. I'm sorry. It was delicious.
Yeah, I really like this coffee.
You can just... It lingers,
I can't taste the coconut hint in it, but to me it tastes sweet in there. And it's smooth. It
is very smooth.
And it's not too strong. You said it's a medium roast, right?
Yes.
And I feel like medium roast, like, can be strong sometimes, depending on how strong you brew it. Or, I mean, like, how much, or how many scoops you put in there. But, yeah, I feel like it's strong, but not that strong, which I kind of like. I like the medium roasts more.
I think it says you can medium roast it here. I don't know if it says, like, it needs to be medium roasted. Because remember, like, the Tanzanian, we talked about that couple with the pea berry, it says you need it. You need it to be, like, medium roasted or anything less than that. Because if not, then it starts losing its flavor. After, like, if you, like, I don't know if there's such thing as, like, heavy roast.
No, it's dark roast.
Burnt. Dark roast.
So they only have light, medium, and dark roast.
So like the Tanzanian pea berry we talked about a couple weeks ago, like last month sometime, I'm sure, actually it was for the anniversary show. So yeah, about almost a month ago. I guess for the pea berry, you can't roast it. So I mean, would you, I don't know if you can dark roast this, maybe. I don't know, maybe it like would start losing its flavor.
I wouldn't doubt it, but...
But I love it here, like especially like on Google, it says here that it delivers an aroma with an inviting aroma and rich, nutty flavor.
I feel like I kind of get that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, I like how sweet it is, so...
Oh, man, this coffee just makes me go...
I have a big sweet tooth.
Me too. Okay, Cecilia's officially taking the sound effect off of the soundboard here right now. I'm sorry to everybody who liked that sound effect. Rest in peace for 20 minutes of the show. It's probably not going to happen no more because I'm annoying my wife very much with this.
No. No, they all like it. It's okay.
I know. Joel said I do it better than the sound effect.
Yep.
I'm really enjoying this. Like, what? Let's talk about the coffee.
Sure.
Well, this is good. I enjoy this darn coffee. Once again, I'm sure other places has their own brand of it. Rise to Grind does a really good job of this. It's a very delicious roast. What I like the most about this is I honestly don't really... So I have the vanilla bean in mine, creamer, and Cecilia has the cinnamon. Tasting each other's. Honestly, the crazy part is I can't really tell a difference, even with the creamer.
I can. I don't know what it is about the vanilla bean, but you just still taste the coffee. Like, just coffee. I don't know. It's weird. Never mind.
No.
But, yeah.
All I know is...
I like my cinnamon... What is it? Cinnamon cream vanilla or something like that.
I like it. Oh, my gosh. It pairs really well with the cinnamon.
It does.
Ooh, you can taste it. Ooh. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. I like my cinnamon vanilla cream one.
Well, I like my vanilla bean. And it's delicious. It is delicious. I'll tell you right now. Whenever Cecilia makes it in the morning and I go to work, I'm like... Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, so
any coffee.
I know. It's so true. I love how Cecilia just keeps on moving the sound. She's like, don't press this anymore. Yeah. So, anyway, yes, new sound effects tonight. More coming soon. Just kidding. Okay, sorry. But, oh, man, we are just enjoying this coffee. So, once again, if you are somebody who likes what would you say? This is not an overpowering, strong coffee. This is like what would you call this? This is like
it's just more like the lighter, sweeter coffees.
This is definitely like a summertime coffee to me.
Yeah,
I like this. See that. I can like, and it's funny because it tastes like, it's gonna sound really weird, but it tastes like Hawaii. Like, I can be chilling outside on a hot day in the morning, like a good hot morning, or like a morning that's heating up, chilling outside and with the cool little breeze, something like that, sipping this coffee, and it kind of just goes with it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. This one's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. This is Cecilia chooses our coffees, of course. she picked. So, by next week, we're going to go to the World Market back in, screw that up. We're going to go back to the World Market and grab another coffee, hand-selected by this woman over here who I did not, as you guys heard a couple weeks ago, I wasn't going to grab the Tanzanian peaberry. But Cecilia liked it. She thought it looked cool. And that's like my favorite coffee in the world now. So there you go. And as you know, that coffee's stronger than crap. So that's why I like it.
It's pretty strong.
Cecilia doesn't like it really that much. But
no, I like it. Coffee is coffee. I love coffee. So if I could literally drink coffee like water, I so totally would. Yeah.
I can totally second that.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, you guys. Well, with that said, we're gonna take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna jump into our sports. My goodness, we got so much to get into, you guys. The Women's College World Series came to an end last night. Cecilia wasn't really that happy at all, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. With the winner, she wasn't very happy, but she definitely enjoyed the games, from what I think.
Yeah.
Manifest is over, a show that we watched like years ago, and we're so happy it came back. And you know what? The ending was to be continued. Anyway, we got that coming up. Will the Men's College World Series be as good as the Women's was? That was pretty good. And also, there is an advertising tool that this little lady stumbled upon about a week ago around there, and I'll tell you something. I think this is the future of marketing. Mm-hmm. We're definitely using it for IE Sports Radio, and should you use it for your business? Well, we'll find out. You are tuned in live to the Sports Club Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back talking all that good stuff and plenty more sound effects after this.
All right. Welcome to AZ Sports Daily. I'm your host, Kieran Daly, bringing the heat to Arizona sports. There's no discrimination here. We're going to talk about every sports team, professional and college. The show is all about you, the listener. I'm here to entertain you. Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? It's going to be fun, high energy. You may not agree with what I say. That's okay. Let me hear you. Let's talk about it. Join me every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on AZ Sports Daily. That's AZ Sports, Daily, and at IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Well, what is up, Carolina Nation? This is John Felipe of the Carolina Cast, of course, the podcast of, by, and for the Carolinas, right here on IE Sports, your direct feed for all that is sports. And I'm reminding you to tune in Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern for the latest in Carolina sports, whether it's the Panthers that keep on pounding, the fly natures of the Hornets, the storming Hurricanes, the battle of the Blues with Duke and UNC, the fight of the Clemson Tigers, or the amazing atmosphere of any Carolina college. I'm talking App State, I'm talking ECU. I've got you covered. Once again, tune in for the Carolina Cast with me, John Felipe, Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What up, Boston sports fans? This is Mikey Two Guns here, your host of Our Bleepin' City, airing every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Please join me. We'll talk everything Boston sports, all the local teams, college teams. I'm even down to talk MMA, boxing, whatever you guys want. So join me every Wednesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. Chime in with your questions on the chat, tweet the show. We'll even have call-ins. I can't wait to hear from you guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. So once again, it's Our Bleepin' City. I am your host, Mikey Two Guns, every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. See you soon, people.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, we are here. Welcome back to the Sports Club Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And Cecilia and I are just rolling along. Big shout out, by the way, to those awesome shows right there. Kind of cool. Well, really big ups to our boy, Mr. John Felipe. He passed us the mic earlier. Had a great show right before this one, Carolina Cast. By the way, tonight, announcement for those of you who didn't know this. Let's learn about DMV Sports with Mr. Mike Pat. Mike's Month, episode number 2 of 4. He's actually going to be going live tomorrow. Switching up his days a little bit along with Taryn Rodriguez. Taryn was supposed to be live earlier today at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for the SoCal Supreme Sports Show. Well, change of plans. Tomorrow, Mr. Corey Pujols will lead off at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern with Palm Tree Sports at his usual time. And, well, he's going to lead us into a little something here because at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we have Let's One About DMV Sports with Mr. Mike Pat. And immediately following his show at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have Mr. Taryn Rodriguez with the SoCal Supreme Sports Show. So a little bit of a Saturday night action on IE Sports Radio.
Sounds fun.
It's a place you want to be, you guys. IE Sports Radio is the place you want to be. We love talking our sports and all kinds of other stuff as well. So fun stuff, right? So excited, y'all. We got the NBA Finals coming up in just a few minutes. Game number 4. Can the Heat make this a series? They're down 2-1 right now. Denver won Game 3. What's going to happen in Game 4 also? My gosh. Last night, the Panthers would win a nice game over the Golden Knights in overtime. They will jump within 1 game as the Golden Knights lead the series 2-1. Coming up tomorrow, can the Golden Knights jump up 3-1 or the Panthers even out this series? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love it. We're going to find out some fun stuff. But last night, we also had a cool series, but this one came to a close. The Women's College World Series. First things first, did you like the format of the entire Women's College World Series with all the teams, the double elimination and all that?
Oh, yeah. That was pretty cool.
It's cool, right? Mm-hmm. Well, same thing with the men's. I mean, it's the same thing with the regional and the super regional, just the best of 3. And then we have the College World Series at the end, women's or men's. And it's a double elimination bracket type thing. Really cool, right? Mm-hmm. Well, just got to say, Cecilia's probably going to punch me in the face for this, but it's... She's already has her fist out, so might as well just lean into it now. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the 2023 NCAA Softball National Champions, the Oklahoma Sooners! I said Oklahoma because they were just homering like crazies. Yeah, they are awesome. This team, they just make you want to say... I'm sorry. But they were going yeehaw last night, man. This team, this whole series, just what a great team this is. Big ups to our boy, Mr. Davison Crooks, in the chat room. And, well-deserved, Joel says here in the chat room. It's... This team's so damn good. They finished with a number that I know all too well, that I wear on my chest on game days and on my back, 5-3. They finished off last night's season with a 53-game win streak. This team only lost one game throughout the entire year this year. I still got to figure out who the heck that was who beat them. Nearly undefeated season. That's amazing. These girls played so well. And yeah, Joel says here in the chat room, best college team of all time, or best women's college team of all time. If you're talking about all time, man, some of those UConn teams for basketball have been amazing under Coach Gino Auriemma. But softball, this is definitely the greatest softball team I think ever assembled. Even better than the one a couple years back with Sydney Romero on it. One of the two Romero sisters. I just kind of cool, we're here in Marietta, the place where they came from. So really cool to see this team play the way they did. Terrence says here, Florida State couldn't slay the dragon. No, they could not. Kind of wish UCLA didn't choke in the regionals. That's still just a question mark, but that goes to show you can't. I don't know what UCLA did. They didn't bring their A game. They were taking teams lightly. I don't know what happened, but at the end of the day, when you get to that point, especially UCLA finishing number 2 in the regular season, I mean, it's true. You gotta bring it at all times. But anyway, this was just a great season, and Cecilia was cheering against the Oklahoma Sooners the entire World Series. And let's give a little bit of a recap of how crazy this was, courtesy of the ESPN Score Center app. So, it would all start on Thursday. All right. It was Baylor beat Oklahoma 4-3 on February 19th. And that's when the season first started.
Oh, wow.
Like, in the first, that was in, the first week or two. Crazy, right? That's the one team that beat them. They could have gone undefeated this year. I think they would have been the only team in history to ever go undefeated. So, crazy, right? So, anyway, maybe, I don't know. But, anyway, so Thursday, Tennessee defeated Alabama 10-5. Oklahoma defeated Stanford 2-0. Florida State defeated Oklahoma State 8-0 in 6 innings. And then Utah and Washington got postponed because of that darn weather. Washington would defeat Utah 4-1 the next day. And Stanford would defeat Alabama 2-0, sending Alabama home. They were the first team to go home packing after a good season, though. But they would head on home. Stanford would advance. Oklahoma State would defeat Utah in 5 innings, 8-0. And Utah would be the second team packing. Both Pac-12 teams would pack their bags. Pack their bags and head home. On to Saturday, Oklahoma defeated Tennessee 9-0 in 5 innings, and Florida State would defeat Washington 3-1. Moving forward on Sunday, Stanford would defeat Washington 1-0, eliminating Washington. And another Pac-12 team. Man, way to go, Pac-12. My gosh, making us look bad. Just kidding. Tennessee would then defeat Oklahoma State 3-1, eliminating Oklahoma State, and would come down to Monday. This past Monday, Florida State defeated Tennessee 5-1. Clearly the superior team, and then Oklahoma would, they wouldn't, they would not mercy them. Stanford, and I mean, my goodness, on Sunday, or I believe it was, what day was that? I'm sorry. Stanford would battle Oklahoma, all right? Seriously, it was crazy to see this team play the way they did. And they took Oklahoma, they fought them, big time. And you know what? Hats off to them. It was on Thursday of last week. Stanford, Oklahoma was 2-0. It all came down to really one big play. Stanford would I think it was an error, if I'm not mistaken. Oklahoma would just get one big play, and that's what won them the entire game. But Stanford stuck with them the entire game. Trust me, Cecilia was a gigantic Cardinal fan that night. And then Oklahoma would actually, in 9 innings, Oklahoma would win this game 4-2 on Monday night, and that would send Florida State and Oklahoma to the Women's College World Series that started, or the final that is, on Wednesday. Then on Wednesday, Oklahoma would just, oh my gosh, it was a game where everything was it just started nice and easy, and my goodness, that 4th inning came, and Oklahoma blew it open. It was, Oklahoma got 3 runs, and then 1 in the 4th, that was the 4th inning. And then the 5th inning, there was 1, 6th inning, there was another one, and there was no looking back. Jennings, amazing. Just amazing job. Burrito, she's awesome. I know, kept on calling her Burrito the entire time. But Burrito, amazing.
It's spelled different too,
well,
which I thought it was interesting.
No, it's Burrito, but it's,
I know.
If you say it fast, it sounds like Burrito. But yeah, so absolutely insane. Just really cool. Jordy Ball, of course, I believe she was the number 1 recruit in the entire country when she was picked up by Oklahoma. I mean, she proved it, just throwing that ball, shutting everybody out. And then on to yesterday's game, where Oklahoma would just lock it down. It was an amazing game to start out with. Florida actually started out. Leonard, let me see here, she would hit the first home run of the night in the 4th inning. Cecilia was jumping for joy because she was like, they're going to win this thing. And, well, Oklahoma said in the very next inning, well, you can hit 1 home run. We can hit 2. Yeah! Back-to-back jacks. Sanders hits 1. Lyons hits 1. I hope I said it right. Lyons. She would homer, and there it is. And then, actually, Torres would single to the shortstop. Ball scored, and Burrito was out at third. This is according to the ESPN Score Center app. In the top of the 6th, and there it is, you guys. Florida State, there's no coming back, and 3-1 final score here. Ladies and gentlemen, Boomer Sooner! These ladies went completely out. Cecilia's giving me the dirtiest look she can possibly give me. Well, there it is. And, okay. Just so everyone knows, Cecilia's not a hater.
No.
But, since last year, when we watched the Women's College World Series, last year when they won, Cecilia really did not like the way they were acting when they were winning that game. And it's because, and apparently their head coach tells them, from what I understand, because you heard Jessica Mendoza, you heard all of the commentators saying that, she likes, I don't know if it's to say she likes them to, or if they just like to in general, if it's a thing.
No, she was just saying that, they celebrate every little thing, and she's like, I don't mind it. She was saying something about, they shouldn't have to be sorry for celebrating every little thing, they deserve to do that and whatnot. That's what basically the coach was saying. And so she allows it.
Patty Gasso, that's her name, and, she, you know what? It's her 29th season as a head coach. She's done amazing with these girls. I mean, my goodness, they've won. I don't know how long she's been a part of this program, but since 2000, that's their first one that they ever won in the year 2000. Okay, so 23 years ago, and I don't know if she's been there that entire time, but my goodness, she's brought a couple titles the last couple years. They three-peated. I think they're the only one of 2 teams I think ever in college softball to ever three-peat in Division One. I mean, and they did it now. Amazing job. And just, wow, 53 games straight. They dominated this year. And just what a game. What a season. Cecilia absolutely hates how, even if they get a little bloop, and it's a one single base hit, and they're freaking out and screaming, going crazy. Cecilia does not like that.
No, it's just, dude, play the game. I don't know. I feel like stuff like that, not celebrating, but I don't know, just, what they do is just, it's all an act, I feel like. And they should just play the freaking game. That's what I like to see, is just play the game, be professional. I feel like that's so unprofessional, in my opinion, but whatever.
No, they were definitely playing the game.
Yes, they were, but yeah. And even then, too, I was noticing them, like, I don't know if they, not necessarily paused the game, but, like, I guess after every play, the coaches from that team would always have to come out on the field and talk to every single girl. And it's like, dude, they know. Like, why do you have to keep coming out? Keep coming out. Keep coming out. I don't know.
For Oklahoma.
It would make sense if they were, like, screwing up all the time. Then that would make sense for your coaches to constantly come out and then say, like, hey, you need to fix this or you need to do that or whatever. But if they're playing just fine, like, why do you need to keep, like, coming out and counseling them and whatnot?
Well, I'll tell you, it's true. There's a lot of talk on the team. They enjoy celebrating. They also, Coach Patty, apparently. I don't know if it's Gasso or Gasso. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but Gasso. Just a juggernaut coach for a juggernaut team. I mean, just amazing job. But I get it. I could see where Cecilia is coming from, her frustration. She's a very level-headed sportsmanship kind of gal. Mm-hmm. And she's definitely not one for the showboating. And you would have hated 2001 Miami football team, Miami Hurricanes. Oh my goodness, that team just well, a little bit of a teaser here. This coming week, Cecilia and I are going to be watching ESPN 30 for 30. What if I told you? I'm just kidding. But Cecilia and I will be watching a episode of 30 for 30 that I told her was very intriguing because of the storylines behind it. Spoiler alert, next week we will be talking about 30 for 30 Catholics versus convicts. Oh, what a ESPN 30 for 30 that was. I got a chance to watch it a couple days ago. And early in the morning, Cecilia was still asleep, and I just wanted to watch it again because I've seen it years ago. And just watching it again was you caught so much more this time. I really want to see what Cecilia thinks about it, and if she likes it, we might watch a few more 30 for 30s coming up.
We'll see.
She's not a documentary kind of person.
Yeah, not really.
But she liked the Mouse at the Palace, though.
That was the basketball one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was different, yeah. I mean, it all depends, really. Like, if it does catch my interest, then of course I'm going to watch it. But if I'm just like, oh gosh, like, it doesn't catch my interest, then of course I'm not going to watch it. But I feel like this one will probably catch my interest, too.
Well, because the storylines behind it. I mean, can you imagine making a t-shirt like that?
And they're obviously all true stories, so...
They made the t-shirt Catholics versus convicts. I mean, dude. Yeah, that was a crazy story. Kind of a sad ending in a way, too, but kind of crazy. It's really great. It's not going to give it away. Of course, all of you, I think, have seen it out there, too, but really excited for Cecilia to watch it. But, yeah, so anyway, what a series. What a season. And the Oklahoma Lady Sooners will end this thing with an amazing victory. Mm-hmm. This team is so good. And a lot of these ladies we're going to see again probably in about a month, some of these seniors. Yeah. Because, well, just so you didn't know, actually not in about a month, I'm so sorry, in about a week, because a week from yesterday is the premiere of Women's Pro Fast Pitch, the WPF, the Women's Professional Fast Pitch League. Pretty cool. We have the Oklahoma City Spark taking on the Smash It Vipers. Okay, that's pretty cool. And we have here the USSSA Pride, of course. They were big time in the NPF, National Pro Fast Pitch, a couple years ago, taking on the Texas team. I forgot who they're called. Texas Smoke, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure I got this right. So Smash It Sports Vipers, that's who it is. And then, of course, we have the Texas Smoke. I was correct. So, really cool. Really excited to watch these teams. And, hey, once again, it's really neat seeing like a lot of these women's sports make their way, make headway. And,
yeah, it's fun.
Right? So, anyway. So, there you have it. Okay, talking about transitioning now over to the men. The college regionals would just end last week, and well, we had some teams pop out, looked pretty good. We had some teams fall apart. We had some teams that looked like they might not, but they shouldn't have probably been there. And we had some other teams that looked like I said, they popped out. These ones played really, really well and made it. So here in the college bracket, we have in the top left Wake Forest, Northeastern, Maryland, and George Mason. The winner of that bracket, or that regional, would be Wake Forest, and they will move on. And they will take on the winner of this bracket, Tuscaloosa, by the way. That was Winston-Salem. This is Tuscaloosa. Alabama would move forward, and they were in the same regional as Nichols, Boston College, and Troy. Then we have here the Coral Gables. So that was Miami, Maine, Louisiana, and Texas. Texas would advance, and they will play the winner of the Stanford Regional, which was Stanford, actually. And in that regional, it was Stanford, San Jose, Cal State Fullerton, bummer. The only team from the the only team from Southern California didn't make it.
That sucks.
But at least they were close. And Texas A&M. And then, of course, Stanford moved on. Then we had the Baton Rouge Regional, where LSU, Tulane, Sam Houston, and Oregon State. LSU would move forward. The Lexington Regional. Kentucky, Ball State, West Virginia, and Indiana. Kentucky would move forward. And then finally, Auburn Regional and the Clemson Regional. Well, neither of those teams would actually win. Auburn would get defeated. Stanford, Pennsylvania, actually.
Their sign almost looks like the Ravens.
Southern Miss, kind of, yeah. Southern Miss moved forward, and Clemson. We have Clemson eliminated. Lipscomb, Charlotte, and Tennessee. Tennessee advances. So on this side of the bracket, the Super Regionals just started, and it is going to be Wake Forest taking on Alabama, best of 3. Stanford taking on Texas. LSU taking on Kentucky, and Tennessee taking on Southern Miss. Now to the right side, we have the Gainesville Regional, and wouldn't you know it, the team from Gainesville would advance. Florida, and they would take on Florida A&M, UConn, and Texas Tech. Then we have the Columbia, which of course the team from Columbia would advance. The Gamecocks of South Carolina, and in that regional was UConn, NC State, and Campbell. Shout out to Charlotte, of course. Yep, there's Mr. John Felipe in the chat room. In Conway, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They won it a couple years ago. Not to be this time. UNCW, Rider, and Duke. Duke would be advancing from there. Charlottesville, we had Virginia, Army, Oklahoma, and ECU. And unlike their women's softball team, Oklahoma, the men's team, will be eliminated in the regional, and Virginia advances. Then we had Nashville, the Nashville regional, where Vanderbilt, Eastern Illinois, Xavier, and Oregon would go head-to-head. Oregon would advance. We had Stillwater, of course, Oklahoma State, Washington, Dallas Baptist, and Oral Roberts, and Oral Roberts would advance out of there. We had the Terre Haute, I believe, regional, Indiana State, Wright State, UNC, and Iowa. Indiana State would advance. And then finally the Fayetteville regional, where Arkansas, Arizona, Santa Clara, and TCU would all go head-to-head, and TCU would advance. So on this side, in the Super Regionals, we have here Florida taking on South Carolina, Virginia taking on Duke, Oral Roberts taking on Oregon, and Indiana taking on TCU. So out of all of these regionals, who do you like? Taking a look here at the baseball, the NCAA baseball top 25 rankings. So definitely nothing like the Oklahoma Sooners, the ladies. No team that won that many games, but still pretty good. Wake Forest, actually, 47-10 this year. They ended off number 1. Number 2 was Florida at 44-14. Clemson was 43-47. Vanderbilt was 41-18, and Arkansas was 41-16. Then we have the top, I guess, from 6 to 10. Stanford at 38-16. LSU at 43-15. Miami at 40-19. Coastal Carolina at 39-19. And UConn closing out the top 10 at 43-15. So we're not going to go no further than that. But who do you like? Who do you think could head on and win it all?
I don't know. Like, out of the top teams or out of all of them?
The only teams
I like
left.
That purple team, TCU. Is that what it's called?
TCU. Out of the Dallas-Fort Worth. Yes and yes. So they're going to be taking on... So you're going to take the Horned Toads?
Yes, the Horned Toads.
Those poor things. This year, when they took on Georgia in the national championship earlier this year in January, Cecilia was all happy going for them, and they got crushed.
Yeah.
Poor
Hopefully
things.
not this year.
Maybe they'll win it. Maybe they'll
Yes.
maybe they'll win it in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
TCU's good. Okay, they finished at number 17 overall. They were 37-22.
It's not too bad.
Not bad. Oh man, this is hard for me because there's so many good teams.
Mm-hmm.
Wake Forest finished number 1 at 47-10. It's hard not to take Wake Forest. But like you, I'm going to go with a purple team as well.
What?
Except for, but TCU being purple and gray-ish,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with a team that looks a lot like the Los Angeles Lakers wearing purple and gold. I'm going to go with the LSU Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
They're a team who's been really good in baseball over the years. They've been a dominant powerhouse in baseball, promoting a lot of MLB players. Okay? Well, giving that chance, they would produce a lot of MLB talent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with LSU. They finished 7 overall this year at 43-15. They look great in the regional. So it's the purple attack, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Purple time.
Yep.
So
maybe I shouldn't go for them though, because it seems like every time I pick a team to like go all the way, they never do. They just let me down. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you'll be happy to know that TCU today actually defeated Indiana State in Game 1, 4-1.
Oh, nice.
Yay!
Way to go, TCU.
Right? Duke would defeat Virginia 5-4. They took Game 1. And then currently right now we have Oral Roberts. Wow! They are sticking it to Oregon 5-0 in the top of the third.
Damn.
And then South Carolina and Florida are tied 2-2 in the bottom of the second.
Oh, wow.
So, really cool. Let's take a look at where LSU plays tomorrow. They're playing Kentucky at 12 o'clock our time.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 o'clock Central their time. So, we should, we'll keep a close eye on it, see how it goes. And let's go, purple teams. Sorry. Yeah. Everyone knows they're going to hear that sound effect at least 5,000 times a show. I'm just saying. So, okay, so with that said, that's going to do it. We're going to keep an eye on that, like how we did with the Women's College World Series. That was a lot of fun. And we're going to take ourselves another break. We're going to keep on drinking our delicious coffee. Once again, if you had not heard, Hawaiian Hazelnut coffee. Definitely worth the taste.
Yes.
You know, we didn't give it a grade.
Oh.
What would you give this coffee out of a 10?
I'll give it a 10.
10? Me too! It's a 10 out of 10. I've given 10s to everything this year. It's hard for me to not give a 10 to coffee.
It's because you love coffee overall.
I know. Cecilia, I think you've given a couple of... No, the Nitro last week.
Oh.
You gave it a 5.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad. It was just way too strong and acidic.
We didn't go to sleep. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, at least I know it worked on, like, keeping me awake. Because, man, it was so freaking hard to go to sleep that night.
Yeah.
Which sucked for the next morning to go to work.
Oh, man, it was crazy. Of course, you can catch more of it. If you want to hear that replay, that's on Apple Podcasts, by the way, or right here, iesportsradio.com/the Sports Cup Perspectives. Lots of awesome stuff there. Check us out. But with that said, you guys, we're going to take ourselves a short break. When we get back, this is the last break of the show. When we get back, we are going to jump into Manifest because, well, we have a lot to say about that finale. We are going to be talking about that grand finale and, well, was it good? Should you watch it? What did you think if you did watch it? And then, of course, once again, one of the coolest freaking series I think we've ever seen, Manifest, comes to a close. Like I said, I'm sorry. Wow, I guess went somewhere else. I saw Marcus's chat in there. It says, "We taking over Apple?" Absolutely. I'm with that. But one thing I was going to say is one of the coolest marketing tools I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Cecilia found it, and we're going to go all the way with this thing.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Sports Club Perspectives right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back with plenty more after this.
What's up, sports fans? You're listening to IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your favorite West Coast Wisconsinite, Bernie Bango, and if you're a cheesehead, come listen to my show, Big Cheese Sports, where we road trip around America's Dairyland, previewing, reviewing, predicting, debating, and digging into all that is Wisconsin sports at the college and pro levels. Join me on IE Sports Radio, Sundays at 1 p.m. Central Standard. Bernie out.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL, to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA, to the grand slams of the MLB, to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL, and to the booming kicks of the MLS, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy white tea. We're coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Couple Perspective right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Right here on IE Sports Radio. We appreciate you all for tuning in tonight. It's been a fun one. We're going to close out the show with talking about a couple different things. The number one thing, Manifest. My goodness, it was awesome. And then the dot card. Oh, yeah. If you haven't checked that thing out yet, if you don't even know what it is, you might want to listen up. So, first things first, we're going to talk about Manifest. Mm-hmm. What an ending, right? I mean, seriously.
It was definitely different from from what I've seen in like other shows and whatnot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Okay, so in the ending, and it's crazy because it wasn't season 5. I wonder why they did that, but it wasn't season.
They probably just didn't want to make a new season. That's it. Like, why only have, I guess, what was it, 10 episodes?
10 episodes, yeah.
I guess, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to put, like, 10 episodes in one season. Maybe to them that felt too short, so they're just like, let's just end it with season 4, and that's it.
Yeah. So, it was pretty cool seeing, how they did it, though. They picked up right where they left off, where, what's her name? The main character... Well, one of the main characters, her husband passes. Michaela, where her husband passes. And in that season was really crazy. Like, they got to revisit a lot of the old parts, I guess. Like, with their callings. And she got to talk to her husband after he had passed. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, like, it's crazy. We were meant to be together. Like, there are so many times we were so close. Like, the night the airplane was supposed to land. This was, like, one of the episodes in the last 10 episodes. He says that, like, one time you were gonna dye your hair blue or whatever. When you were dyeing your hair blue, I was actually in the next aisle over buying toothpaste. He's like, the same night that your flight was gonna land, I was actually in my cab at the airport. I guess he used to drive cab. So this is crazy, like all these things. Just absolutely insane. So the way this thing ends is nuts because the death date, which was
June 2nd of 2024.
Awesome how it gets like that crazy girl, the Angelina girl, is like developing her little cult of her quote unquote chosen people.
Yeah.
And it's like getting really weird because everyone's starting to follow her. Well, not everybody, but her people.
Oh, it's just a good handful.
Yeah.
Of people.
But it was just so crazy because they're following her, and everyone else is like, "Wow, you're weird." And then like that weirdo dude marries her at the end.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah, it's just crazy because they have this. It just seems so real. They have the death date, so all of them from the Stone family, they go out to this area that they found that looks just like the kid's tattoo. And on his arm, he's always had this weird tattoo. Mm-hmm. And it's like a birthmark looking thing. But it's crazy because on his arm, it's like and what's his name again? The main character? The kid?
The kid's name is, I have to find it right here.
He had this...
Well, you're talking about the older Cal, right?
Cal, that's his name. Yeah. So on his arm, for such a long time, he had like this birthmark looking thing. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because they go to this like broken asphalt and they try to dig and it's like concrete. They figure like, well, what's going on? And it looks identical to his birthmark thing. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh my gosh. Well, they finally, they camp out that night. It's the death date. It's the 1st, in June 2nd, this is it. And the day happens and I think like close to midnight or whatever it was, he goes over out of his tent. They have a great time. They confess things. They just talk about like his life. Mm-hmm. And then finally he wakes up in the middle of the night and walks over to that like broken asphalt. He stands over it. His dad tells him like, like what you're doing, and he's like, I have to do this, Dad. And he's like, no, it's okay, go. And he's in tears, and they both are. But Cal stands over that broken asphalt, and before you know it, he turns into this giant blue beam. It's like a beacon, and it's like boom, and it like glows. It looks like a freaking like one of those.
It's from a sapphire, that's why.
It's crazy. Like he looks like one of those bug zapper things. Oh gosh, like that blue, and it's like, and then everybody, all of the 828 passengers come to that.
Well, it was like a calling beacon because it like woke them all up from wherever they were, no matter how far they were. For some reason, it caught their attention and it just called to them, all the people who were on the plane. So, and it brought them to that location.
It's really cool. It was super cool. And seeing how that worked was awesome. Because everyone comes over there and, oh my gosh, it's nuts. He goes, that was the night before, I think, but the death date, it's weird. That night, that beacon is there, and that night, I don't know if it was the same day or not, that Cal, floated into the abyss. Mm-hmm. He went, upward, he got beamed up in a spaceship or something, to the heavens, and this dude made that beacon, and boom, the next day, at, whenever time that was, midnight or whatever it was, the ground started to shake. Everybody, all of the passengers were there, and they faced that beacon, and then boom, the ground starts to shake. And what happens? That asphalt starts to, break apart. And what happens? The plane. Mm-hmm. Flight 828 rises out of the ground. And it sits there on top of the asphalt. Mm-hmm. In the middle of, this, it was like a campsite looking thing. is where they were
Well,
at.
it was like, supposedly it was a volcano too. So underneath them all was lava, which was kind of weird. But yeah,
it was nuts, right? Like, then as they are, like, everyone's getting on there, like, everyone's like, the dad's like, everyone get on the plane.
Because they also referred the airplane as a lifeboat. Like,
That's right.
Because they all had to stick together. Because, throughout the show, they were coming up with, a whole bunch of, like, trials and whatnot. People, like, thinking that they're aliens and, just hating on them. So, and of course, they get these callings. So, Ben, who's one of the main characters, referred to them as, like, being on a lifeboat and whatnot. So he's like, we have to get back on. It's what, is going to help us survive or something like that. This is our death date technically. So we just got to see what happens. Because they obviously all didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Until they entered the plane.
It was crazy. It was so crazy. Because then Angelina comes, there's drama, and she brings a dude with a gun, and she's like, get off of my ark, or whatever, because she thinks she's the chosen one, and whatever. But it's crazy because they end up all getting on there. The girl, the daughter, Olive.
Yeah.
Her, and then the two that are having a baby, the cop who was with Michaela. The detective, a long time ago in the very beginning of the show. And then a cop.
Jared is his name.
Jared. And then
character's name.
The girl, the other cop that he was with.
Yeah.
It was crazy because he ends up back with Michaela, but he gets this other girl pregnant.
Drea.
It's crazy. Like, so it's like a little weird triangle. Michaela's like, she feels like she's like in the middle of something weird because Jared was going to propose to her anyway at the very start of the show. We're like going full circle now. Mm-hmm. But he's going to have a child with her, with this girl Drea, and she's like willing to be the mom without the dad because he's going to be with another woman, but they're all friends. It's weird. Like, like, so it's crazy because the girl, Olive, she's looking through that book at the end, like, trying to figure out, like, what, like, the whole sign is. And then finally, she figures it out. Right when the plane comes up and everyone's getting on and there's a lot of drama with the Angelina girl and everything, it's forgiveness for everybody, for a lot of people. And the dad has to forgive that girl, Angelina, because she killed his wife.
Kidnapped his daughter.
Kidnapped his daughter.
Because he has 3 kids in the show.
That's right. The youngest one. And it's just crazy. So he finally does, at the end, forgive her. She's, like, knocked out on the floor. Mm-hmm. And he's carrying, in the picture book that Olive is looking at, the dad's carrying a girl. And they thought it was Olive. But it's not. It actually is Angelina. So she calls his phone. She's all like, Dad, like, I know who it is. It's not me that you're carrying. It's Angelina. You have to forgive her. You have to carry her past, I don't know if she called it the threshold or whatever, like, carry her somewhere.
No, I think she just says you have to carry her on the plane.
Yeah, so it's crazy because it looks just like the picture. Him carrying a woman. So she's, like, knocked out. She's like, I want to die. I don't deserve to live or whatever. He picks her up and he carries her onto the plane. The captain gets on there. Michaela is up there in the front seat with him. She's the new co-captain because Daly died somehow. The original captain. And wouldn't you know it? They fly. They take off. The door closes. They fly. And as they're in the air, they can see the volcano exploding. Mm-hmm. And apparently that's it. The world's ending. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oddly enough, Olive is back home. Jared and Drea are over there giving birth. Well, she is, and he's helping her in the house. But for some reason, the volcano is going off, and apparently everyone's going to die and everything. And then the plane takes off. Okay, this is where things start getting really crazy, if it hasn't already gotten crazy enough. The plane, inside the plane, people start, like, cracking, like, their skin.
Like as if lava had gotten on them without anybody realizing it, kind of thing.
It's crazy. Like, they start, like cracking apart, and then they, poof, turn into ash. Mm-hmm. All of Angelina's followers, poof, turn into ash. Angelina, poof, turns into ash. A lot of people do. The girl.
They called it the judgment. So they were all being judged, basically, like as if the rapture had came just for them, kind of thing.
It's crazy because it was just for them in the plane. Mm-hmm. Crazy. So then everyone starts turning to ash. The girl, the Sanvi girl, she was going to turn to ash first. Mm-hmm. But then I forgot what happened. Like, she admits something, or she like...
Yeah, because I don't really remember in the season, but for some reason, or I guess supposedly she killed one person. But Ben was trying to like...
Ben, that's the dad's name.
Yes. Ben was trying to justify, basically, on why she did it. She's like, but still, like, I did it anyway, knowing that, you know, it might have been good or for the bad. And then after, like, she admitted it, it went away from her, so she ends up surviving.
Then the crazy one, Egan, right?
Egan, yeah.
Egan and the other guy, what's his name? I don't know, but Egan and the other dude who had the cult going on in the very beginning, he was he was trying to make a church of the 828 flight and everything. They end up being buddies. Mm-hmm. But they're on the plane, and the other guy was about to die. But then Egan was like, "No, I need to go."
No, it was the other way around.
Oh.
Egan was about to die, and then the other dude, yeah.
It was like, "No, I deserve to," or whatever. Well, crazy enough, Egan was about to turn to ash, and then he stops.
Well, the other guy, too, was like, take me instead.
Oh, that's right.
Like, let Ian survive and just take me instead in his place. And it happened.
And they both stay.
No, I thought he died.
Who?
He turned into ash, the other...
Egan, or the other guy did.
Yeah. We gotta figure out his name.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I know. We really should be more prepared about this.
Oh, here we go. Adrian.
I thought it was the other way around. Egan lives.
He does live. Egan does live.
Okay.
Adrian was the one was like... No, don't take him, like, I don't know, like, basically, yeah, he might have been, you know, bad, but he turned good towards the end, and he was like, just take me instead. Take me in his place.
I thought they both lived then, actually.
So Adrian ended up turning into ash.
I thought they both lived.
No!
Okay, I'm sorry. But, because that's self-sacrifice.
Yes.
You know, so that was cool. You know, seeing that. And then, of course, all the ash starts swirling around the plane, and then, like, the Grim Reaper comes out of nowhere. That's made of all the ash. Mm-hmm. And then Michaela and her brother Ben like start screaming at it with everybody behind them saying, "Leave us alone." Like,
they start shouting out like all the good things that they have done for all the 828ers and for people in general. Like, we've done all this good. You know, we tried answering all the callings. Like, why are you guys doing this to us? Like, we don't deserve it and whatnot. And so they scare off the, I guess you would call it the Reaper.
This is crazy because the one guy in the back that was sitting there, the Reaper like goes back there and explodes, and then right after there's like the comic relief where the guy would, after the Grim Reaper like poof blows up, he was like, if that thing, whatever that was, would have come any closer, it would have gotten peed on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have pissed my pants too around that time. I mean, that's kind of scary. What? That's scary. Mm-hmm. So anyway, then Michaela goes to the cockpit with the captain. What was his name? The captain, when flying the plane, he was really cool. He was a big time character. Mm-hmm. She goes up there with him, and then, boom, they see this shiny light in the sky, and they fly towards it. Well,
because in the beginning of the show, it was a storm that they were in. So again, they were in the same storm as they were in before. And then he was like, what should we do? Like, looking to Michaela, and she's like, you know what? Before that blue light was chasing us, he was like, or she was like, let's just chase it instead. And so they did, and they went through it, and then boom.
They go to the white, what do they call it? The comforting, or what do they call it? The white glow, the comforting white glow.
Light? I don't know. I've just heard of white light.
But they're in this white glow, just like so many of times you see in the callings before. And then they're just in the white glow. Mm-hmm. And then everyone's like looking around like, whoa, what is this? And the plane stops. The plane just stops. And what happens? They get out of the plane. The door opens. The stewardess, the lady, she opens the door. And they walk out of the plane. The craziest part is, though, is when they're walking out of the plane, it's still white. It's like a white fluorescent light. Mm-hmm. They just walk out. And that's it. And they keep walking. And you're like, okay. Like, where are you going? like, where is everybody going? So they just keep walking and looking around, like, it's like they're walking in nothing. It's just white all around them. And then out of nowhere, they, like, open a door, right? I think that was there.
Yeah.
And then, poof, they walk right into where they would have exited from the airport. Mm-hmm. As if they just got off on the flight.
Yeah, like nothing ever happened.
And then, once they walk out, they start seeing all their family and people that have died and everything like that. Like, they're there, and it's like, it's literally just like they got on the flight and got off.
Yeah, like I said, like nothing ever happened. So all the people doesn't have any recollection of what happened, other than the passengers who were on the plane. They all remember everything. So yeah, it's just weird how they ended it.
Well, it's crazy because, like, I thought they were all dead for the longest time.
Yeah, they made it seem that way. It kind of reminded me of, like, Lost, if you haven't seen that show.
Cecilia
or series.
Cecilia didn't like that.
Yeah, I felt like I wasted my time. But anyway, that's a different...
But, so, everything's fine. Apparently, it was real because Sanvi, she got shot by Angelina. Mm-hmm. Like, before they were getting on the plane and everything. Her gunshot wound was still there. Mm-hmm. But it's crazy because, like, the mom is there now. Cal's and all's mom, Ben's wife. She's there, and, like, everyone seems to remember everything. They're all going to their people, you know, and it's crazy. Sanvi goes back to the girl that she was with, and you know, Ben and his wife reunite, and just everybody. Oddly enough, Cal is a little kid again. Mm-hmm. As if he was when he went out off the plane. Olive goes back to being a little kid. Because apparently she was in that world that ended. Michaela goes over to the detective guy, what's his name, Jared? Mm-hmm. And she tells him, like, he was, like, going to propose to her, like, how he originally was, and she's like, no, like, you don't get it. There's something better. Like, there's something... And it's crazy because they named the daughter in the old world that blew up, apparently, Hope. And she's like, look, like, I know you don't understand right now, but you just gotta have hope. All I'm gonna tell you is you gotta have hope. Get it? You know? So that happens, and then, it's crazy. Like, all this is happening, and at the end, everyone's, like, going back to their people and everything, and then, after everything is said and done, Michaela runs out of the airport, and she remembers, like, oh my gosh, like, her husband, that guy, Zeke, he had said that he was in the cab that same night. Mm-hmm. So then she runs out there, and he was in the cab, and then she tells this guy, like, this older man, like, yeah, get out of the way. Like, you know, and he's like, I don't know what he says, but she's like, he's my husband. Or something like that. She sits down, and she was talking to him, saying, like, hey, like, hi, like, whatever. And he's like, do I know you? And they start talking, and he's, like, freaked out, but it is what it is anyway. And she's like, let me just say we have a lot to talk about, or whatever. And they drive off. And then it ends. Mm-hmm. But it's just crazy because, like, oh my gosh. So, okay, we were reading a lot of the comments from, like, some of the videos and everything we've seen. So, okay. Apparently, the entire Manifest series was about... They flew into, like, this other dimension, this other world. Then they...
Basically, to teach them all a lesson, to appreciate the things that you have in life.
Right.
And not take the things for granted.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Which is true.
And it was 11 years, right? Or 9 years?
No, 5 years that they went through it.
5 years. Because, that's right, they were supposed to land in 2014, but they came back 2019. Mm-hmm. And they went through 5 years of crap.
Yeah.
But those 5 years... those 5 years they went through to them was only like a few hours for their flight.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because it's like, oh my gosh, and then it ends. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think. So, what did you think about that ending?
I liked it. I mean, I don't know why they would have prolonged them being tortured and miserable for 5 years. I feel like it really doesn't take that long for you to realize what you have and then lose it all. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's a show. And, but then again, they did cancel the show because I think it was airing on TV and then Netflix picked it up. So, I mean, I guess in that point, the network at that time probably was going with a different point of view, maybe. But Netflix picked it up and then, they went probably a different way or whatever. So, I mean, I guess they both didn't really know how it was going to end, and they figured this is how it should end. But, yeah, I liked the series. It was pretty cool.
I thought it was really creative how they ended it and everything. It was really cool. Okay, biggest question marks. Go.
There was none.
I got a whole bunch.
Okay.
What the crap happened to Daly?
He came back, though.
He came back and he died in that old world, and he never came back.
Yes, he did.
I didn't see him at the end.
The only person, or only couple people who didn't, I don't remember the other couple people, but the only person who didn't come back was Angela, or Angelina.
Well, a couple of them. There was 11. Remember they said 11 missing passengers?
I don't think it was that many.
Yeah, it was 11.
Okay.
At the end, there was 11 missing passengers, and that's where they're having...
But I think those were all the people who got vanished from...
Yeah.
Like I said, it was like a rapture kind of thing, but only for them.
Which is crazy.
So they were being judged by, I guess, God, and then they didn't deserve to come back, so...
So 11 of them disappeared, and that's when the cops ran in there. Jared was leaving, he ran to Drea. Mm-hmm. And they, like, had a little short talk, and, well, I guess you can see that's where that goes.
Yeah.
You know, and then I guess, they have their child like they did. And that's true. I guess the other Olive didn't really exist. The other Jared didn't really exist. Do you think that they didn't really exist? Or that was the parallel world? Or what do you think? Like, that, like the people who
No, I think it was just to teach them all a lesson, and then, yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So anyway, for me, that whole series was a 10 out of 10. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Definitely worth the watch. If we spoiled it for you, sorry. But
well, you have to watch it to, like, see how everything goes, so.
Yeah. It was pretty cool, and we enjoyed it. So anyway, guys, for those of you who are still with us, I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, you tuned out. Sorry. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and get on into the ending here with the dot cards. So this thing is awesome. This thing is absolutely awesome. So Cecilia stumbles upon this thing a couple weeks ago, and well, tell the story.
It was an ad on Facebook, and I watched the ad, of course, especially since we have, IE Sports Radio. So I definitely wanted to check it out, and I was like, and it's true, because in the ad, it even said, like, you pass out your
business cards.
There you go, thank you. Your business cards, and it's true. You either throw them away, or you forget you have them in your wallet, or in your purse, or whatever. I mean, it's happened to me, or to us, plenty of times. We go to market night here in Marietta, and so... of course, I'm like, yeah, I want your business card just in case, I want to order something. I totally forget, though, to be honest. And at least with this one, you buy one business card, and you literally it gives you a QR code on there. And then all you have to do is just tap it on someone's phone. You can, and it works for both phones, Androids and iPhones. And it's really cool. So I definitely checked it out. I did my research because I didn't want to make sure. I wanted to make sure that, I wasn't going to get scammed, Larry and I, and that they were going to just, take our money and then we wouldn't receive anything.
No!
So, of course, I even looked up a YouTube video, and they have a couple of them. The only one I can remember right now is just Popple as well has one, and many more. So they all do the same thing, and then you can even get, like a pop socket kind of thing for your phone instead of carrying the card. And you could just, do the same thing with that. Is just tap it on someone's phone, but it has to be on their camera area. And you set up a page, and when they open it, it automatically goes to your web browser. So if they want to keep it, they can. If they don't, then it's up to them, So it's always going to be in your internet on your phone. So that's pretty cool. And then, like, you can download the information basically as a contact so that you always have it on your phone if you want. But it's pretty cool. So I thought it was always good because there's been more than a couple times. Like, recently we just went to the baseball game, last Friday? Mm-hmm. And we met a friend there. And she was asking, because Larry, of course, wears his shirt like almost every day. Not the same one, but different ones of IE Sports Radio shirts. So you all should grab one too.
Yeah.
And it's cool because, you know, we can easily bring it up on what they're wearing and whatnot, or what he's wearing. And, but yeah, a lady was asking me about it. I'm like, dang it. Like, I really wish I would have, you know, got the dot card because I was looking at it, like maybe 3 weeks ago. I still wasn't quite sure about it. But I was like, man, this would have came in handy. I could have just, scanned it on her phone. Yeah, there you go. Tapped it on her phone, and then she could have kept it or did whatever. And it would have been easier for her to find all our links and websites and whatnot. But she just wrote it down in her notes. So I'm hoping she'll remember. But if we run into her again, then of course I'll be like, here you go. This is better. But yeah, so it's really cool. So if you have a small business and starting out, it's really cool to look into that. And Dot is one of the cheapest ones, I think, that you can get for one of those, Dot cards or anything like that.
It is so true. It is such a unique device. I really like it because, like, when Cecilia was showing it to me on Facebook, I was like, bro, like, in my head, I was like, dude, we got to get this, and Cecilia really, like, she comes across the coolest stuff sometimes when she's just browsing.
Well, I guess I have to thank Facebook for at least the Dot one.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it's okay. So for everybody who knows what Linktree is, a lot of us at iSports Radio use it. Terrence got one. John Felipe's got one. But it's like a moving Linktree. It's like everything, all of your social media, anything you want, you can create your own deal on there. And once it's crazy. You talk to anybody out there. I remember one time we were at T-Mobile and we were talking to this guy, and he told us about like the free at bat, or what was it, the free MLB TV. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Yeah, we gotta." You can check that out and everything. And we're like, oh, we're podcasters. We actually run a whole sports network. And he's like, oh, no way. What's your guys' name? And everything like that. You know how useful it would have been to be all like, check it out, man. Bloop. Versus like him writing it down, or like that lady that we ran into last week when she, instead of having her write it down in her notes, which who knows if she ever got a chance to check it out. Mm-hmm. People forget. But that right there, it's on there. Mm-hmm. So and it's cool. We got on ours, we got the link to our, let's see here, Apple, of course, our Apple Stream podcasts are on there. We have the link to our website. We have all of our social media on there, our Twitter, our Instagram. That's what we use. But I just feel like it's awesome. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's really easy. And even setting up the profile, right? Because Larry set it up, not I. But.
And here's the really cool part is both of us have our own individual card, but you can link the same card to there. I don't know how many cards you can link it to.
It says
unlimited?
Yeah.
I just think it's so cool because you just got to scan the card, and there it is. Mm-hmm. You tap it for somebody, and they're like, okay, cool, I can check it out. I would totally, if somebody popped out one of those for their business one day and scanned it, of course you can check it. And the best part is you don't got to, like, type in, today's game is convenience, guys. Right? The name of the game is convenience. Mm-hmm. Everyone's looking for convenience. So what better convenience than to have it right there on your phone? It's right there. You don't got to type in any web address. You don't got to search any podcast on. It's right there. And if you're really interested, it's a few clicks away on your phone.
Yeah.
So I love that. And what I love the absolute most about this is it's so true. Guys, we were going to do business cards. Maybe mail a few to some of our colleagues to give out and everything. But where are those? If we would have bought, let's say, $100 worth of business cards, even if somebody takes that card and listens to the podcast, like it or don't, that card's gonna end up in the trash somewhere, sometime.
Yeah, it's just a waste of paper and killing poor trees.
Yeah, seriously.
And now we're saving trees.
Yeah, and now exactly we're saving trees, and there we go. We get to so it's an awesome business card. Now there is one drawback that I think you saw in the reviews.
I don't remember.
That the card can deteriorate.
Oh, well, because yes, Dot is the cheapest one, and they say that Dot is a good one to start with, especially since it's a small business and whatnot. They so the card does it's good quality, but I guess the QR code can start if you take it in and out of your wallet too many times, it starts to wear off. I mean, that's really the only bad thing I've heard about it, but I feel like if you're not too hard on it, you should be fine. And they're cheap. Yeah, they were... I think they had a sale going on, so they were only basically $20 with tax and all that stuff. So, yeah, they were $19 each. But with tax and everything, it came out to 20-something.
They're so worth it. And as much as Cecilia and I go out, it's hilarious because we go out, we'll grocery shopping or we'll do it. But we go to places like Market Night, right here in Marietta, where we get all these vendors and everything. Or we'll just go to the mall or baseball games, wherever we're at. And it's really cool because it's true. Now we can just whip, even with our colleagues at work. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Brandon, Cecilia tried it on his phone yesterday, I guess, or a couple days ago, right?
It was sometime this week. I was like, let me try, because we barely got them, Tuesday?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, Taryn brings up So, Taryn here in the chat room says, the Dot card is so tempting to buy. I really want to buy. Honestly, Taryn, especially with what you do, Taryn, I mean, my gosh, this guy is awesome. He covers NVA, of course. He's the guy for volleyball, NVA hired him, he covers a lot for them. He covers everything, of course, through our station on Set Point Monday nights at 6 p.m. Awesome stuff. This coming week at 11 a.m. on Monday. But just great stuff there. He's got a lot. So somebody like him, somebody who's an entrepreneur, somebody who has multiple things going on, somebody who just wants to support their podcast, somebody who wants to put their business out there, their music, whatever. I mean, this is just the way to do it. So Taryn says here, I think it's 20. So yeah, there it is. And can't you get a card sleeve or or a card protector, to keep it in good condition? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's something out there, which I'll probably look into to see. To save it, of course.
It's true. Mine, my cards, they get destroyed in my wallet. I'm fat, though.
But Taryn, I would highly recommend it. It's been good for us so far.
Yeah, it's awesome. Really, really enjoy it. It's great. They're good. To me, they're pretty good quality. Mm-hmm. You can tell they're paperish, but they're not. They're a good quality card.
It's plastic.
Plastic, sorry. But I really love the convenience of this. And honestly, I think we're going to get a lot more listeners with this.
Yeah.
So seriously, guys, it's the way to go.
Then, like I said, it keeps it in their web browser. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to be in the way or anything like that.
Yeah. And guess what, guys? Guess what? If they don't have an interest in it, if they don't like it, if they're just oh, yeah, cool. That sounds cool. And they walk away and they're like, yeah, right. I'm not really interested in this as being nice. Then guess what? The only harm is they delete it from the web browser, or they delete the contact if they don't like it later on. There's no throwing the card away that costs money.
Yeah,
it's just okay, cool. If they listen, they listen. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah,
there's no harm, no foul. Mm-hmm. That's the best part. So yeah, my beautiful wife, you are amazing. I'm just saying, we got to give you the applause here. You're amazing for that. You really slam dunk that one.
So obviously these new business cards that you keep with you at all times and you only have to tap it on people's phone is obviously worth it and it's trustworthy. I definitely made sure, like I said.
Oh yeah.
They're legit.
Cecilia covers her bases. Trust me, this woman will look into all kinds of stuff and everything. So trust me, when we got those things, we were like, sorry. Yeah, more like me. But anyway, you guys, oh my goodness, can you believe it? What a show, and man, an hour and 35 minutes in. I know, sorry. When Mike doesn't have his show, beware.
Yeah, Larry takes advantage.
Hey. Aha. You guys, that was a fun one. I guess really fun stuff. That was so much fun. We enjoyed bringing that to y'all tonight. Oh man. Takeaways from tonight. Women's College World Series was awesome. Manifest season finale, or season 4 finale, whatever you want to call it. The series finale was awesome. Hawaiian Hazelnut coffee is awesome. We're going to keep an eye, of course, on the Men's College World Series coming up, and the Super Regionals first. Taking care of that next week. We're going to have more on that, plenty more. Can Cecilia's TCU Horned Frogs or my LSU Tigers? No, we didn't go to those schools. We just picked them tonight. So, who will go all the way? We'll find out. Wouldn't it be awesome if they faced each other in the final?
No.
Oh my gosh.
They would be against each other.
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Well, that's always fun, though.
Yeah, you like that more than I do. It's like, I like it. It's fun. Okay. So, all those great things coming your way. Oh my gosh, that was fun. And of course, Dot. Once again, so really quick, I have the website actually. I looked it up. It is dotcards.net. Literally the word dot. Cards and then an actual dot. Net. And thank you very much, Taryn, for tuning in. It's a great show, you guys. Thank you to everybody, of course. Taryn Rodriguez, Mr. Marcus Those Great, John Felipe, Joel, Davidson Crooks. Thank you all so very much. You guys are amazing. Everybody listening, of course, Miss Patty Bax. Everybody in the chat, everybody who's listening to the podcast version of this, the replay. You're amazing. We appreciate you. As we always say, big ups to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, nothing is possible. Without all of you guys out there, IE Sports Radio is not possible. And we just want to say thank you all so very much. IE Sports Radio, 9 years and running. We're off to 10. We're off to year 10. We are so excited for all the great things coming. So many new great shows, new additions to the IE Sports Radio family. We're just loving it. And we're thank you guys for coming along for the ride. We really do. So, anyway, with that said, any last words for our listeners tonight?
Thank you for listening. Take care, be safe, and stay healthy.
Please do, everybody. Please do. Well, with that said, that is going to do it. Check us out at IESportsRadio.com. IESportsRadio.com/the Sports Club Perspectives. Check out, you can follow the show, of course, at TSCP. That's TSCP_IESR. You can follow us all as a whole at iSports Radio on Twitter, iSports Radio Instagram, and of course, iSportsRadio.com. New apparel coming soon. We're excited for that. All kinds of great stuff, y'all. Show us some love. We appreciate you all. Apple Podcasts, any place you get your podcast, we're there. We appreciate you all for tuning in. And we will see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.